Imagine if every bullet in the world was replaced with a mini nuclear explosion. Stop trying to imagine it, you'll pop a poo hole. I installed a mod that does just that, because this is Fallout 4, and it's a tasty playground for funky hijinks. But what exactly is the end goal with an explosive mess such as this? All shall be revealed soon, my friends. We start in a bathroom where the mirror is sparkly clean, but the insides of our hero's nostrils have more goo and disaster than a ghost making love to a blender. Say hello to Bongo Slug. He's basically a slug. Lost in a daze, he recalls the time he had a human that was small and a sadness that was so mean he just wanted to shut himself in the fridge. But he never could. That was a past life, and now thankfully for Bongo Slug, the world had basically ended, so there was only time to chase dumb challenges with zero preparation. Seriously, I can't begin to tell you how little I prepared for this. I didn't even put any thought into my special points. I am an idiot. But how bad could it really be? I started with nothing but the dazzling white underwear of a man who knew he should run to the nearest safe space to look for weapons, clothes, and any sort of medical assistance. Because we all know a well-executed bandage can really fix a direct face-loving of a toasty nuclear blast. Bongo sprinted towards the almost abandoned settlement of Sanctuary and trauma dumped on an unsuspecting robot.
God damn it. Someone took him. Someone stole my son.
Bongo Slug never really had a son. Bongo Slug had a chest full of army men and a rebel walrus. He was not okay.
God damn it. Tell me what's going on.
Bongo was also quite rude. Being rude gets you no friends. Don't be rude. Subscribe to Crusty and the Moon Wizard.
Stop it. Get to the point.
I suppose as we watch the robot murder flying bugs in houses, I can tell you all about what the ultimate aim for this video is, couldn't I? It's not smart. We must place the crib of a former baby on a platform. Place inside the most sought after item in the entire game. A deliciously yum luxury pie. The odds of getting this pie from a food dispensing machine in this game are very, very low. How low? Lower than a man worm being gratuitously torn apart and eaten by giant bird children. Seriously, you will be sad too. We will surround the pie with a protective wall of meat. Oh, and we only have 5 lives before this challenge would be marked a failure, and I would be launched from my house and into the blistering ouch of the sun. I have installed a device. I wanted the robot to follow me and do my bidding.
This whole thing was a waste of time.
I only wanted to help.
But instead, I shouted at him and he floated away in a cloud that was built with tears. I had to work on my social skills. I checked a nearby hole and got some supplies. Not that I thought supplies would be too necessary, as after one blast there would be no time to employ a stim pack, and our sweet Bongo would be very dead. Either way, the cellar remained a decent place to get started, as it had a stim pack, some radaway, and some basic items that may just come under what we need to build when we need to start building the build now, which is now, let's build now. English. I cleared a bunch of stuff away and built a platform with a crib on it. I saw what I needed to create my protective wall of meat, which were bones, blood packs, and steel. A potentially straightforward list. Now I would have to go out into the world and find these glorious things. With one slight complication. Every bullet was a nuke. Boom boom. I decided to keep things relatively simple and ran towards the nearest town. On my way, I found grenades in a bin and a dead man with clothes that would look better on me. And they did. He also had a pipe pistol and ammunition, which meant I was already equipped with the power of Great Boom Boom. It worked. I do like it when that happens. I befriended a dog at a nearby gas station and he barked at a blood pack. Good boy. I shot some big bugs and got attacked by shriveled old men that climbed out of the ground and bit me on the knees. I ran far enough away to turn them into dead. I ripped out their teeth and now I had some bones. I continued onwards to the town of Concord and had a sneaky little suspicion that people may be having a good time, unless they wanted to live. I joined the party and we all had a lovely time. This sneaky sausage even tried catching me off guard. But I had the eyes and the reactions of a very perceptive table and I turned him into ash. And not that weird kid that squeezes animals into balls. I just forced him to die. The booms ended after the last boom, and then some guy in a hat shouted at me from a balcony.
Hey, up here, on the balcony. I've got a group of settlers inside. The raiders are almost through the door.
But this was not a romance story, so he can f off. I grave robbed everybody nearby, including the Scarecrow, because even the Batman can't stop me now. I tried feeding a human head to my dog before heading into the building with the shouty man because boy was I curious about the firefight inside. He wasn't my type. He had a penis. Inside was chaos. Pure and simple and beautiful chaos. I spotted a man in the fire and stopped him from being him, and then stopped a woman before she stopped me, because I shot into a wall with a hole in it. I took out the rest before they even knew what was happening and took a fusion core from a glow machine. Was this challenge going to be easier than I thought? At this point, it just seemed like the first to draw would survive. It wouldn't be long before I would be proven wrong. I walked into a room with the Hat Man who wanted my help, but I had no time for that hanky-panky, and I told him I hated him, which made him quite upset. I grabbed that bobblehead to give myself a fancy +1 perception and buggered off to find the metal suit they mentioned on the roof.
That's it? Just gonna walk away?
Yes. I entered the metal suit like an octopus would enter a man, ripped a minigun off of a crashed helicopter whoosh and did a off before any more raiders showed up. The idea of a minigun that fired mini nukes was exciting. I ran into a trader called Carla. She had blood packs, but I couldn't afford them, so I made her and her Brahmin catch a nice dollop of disaster. Did I get her? I wanted to loot the blood packs from her body, but it mysteriously vanished. I also blew up the Beatles. And a car made my dog fly. I saw more people shouting at each other with a violent tone, so I painted them with peaceful silence and put a woman's head in a fridge because she looked cold. I let my dog rip more faces off of mole rats and took their teeth. If I wanted to create a 14-centimeter statue of a toe made out of teeth, I would now have that power. But this was no time for strange choices. This was time to make a wall of meat to protect my pie in a crib. My power armor died. What a miserable time. I barely got any use out of it and now would need to rely on my superhuman reflexes and cunning to survive. I made the surprising decision to swap my minigun back to a pipe pistol to have more control over my boom boom. I watched a man in a different metal suit explosion on many ghouls. When I suspected safety, another ghoul scratched me from behind and made me do a jump. In the real life, the metal bastard noticed the commotion and shot a boom in my direction. This did not help, because I died with some of my bits off. One life down. I went back because I desired Metal Boy. I was more careful this time. He was a member of the Brotherhood of Steel, who were like the army if they flopped up a boner every time they saw a toaster. The metallic moron was questioning me about my life, which I did not appreciate. I was just a man who wanted a meatball and a nice pie. Eventually, he asked me to help him, but I was rude, so he told me to piss off. I felt bad, apologized, and offered my assistance. He let me take a blood pack like a very generous vampire would. He made his helmet do a flip, and then I got yelled at by a guy who likes chairs.
Why are you standing around here like there's nothing to do?
I wanted the Metal Man to follow me on my journey, so I thought I would help him out first. And if he annihilated things, I could quite literally pick the bones. Plus, it was nice to feel wanted, finally. I shot people under a bridge before they shot me, and then I put on a dress because I liked the way it whooshed. I pranced happily before Paladin Bum Goblin shot without warning and my head came off. Another life gone. This idiot had killed me twice now, and I couldn't risk that again. So I ran away from him. I left him alone on a road in his metal cuddle jumper like a common nighttime naughty, because I just wanted to find pie and not die. I would head towards Diamond City to find my pie. A man asked me directions to Bunker Hill. I told him to shut up and give me his money. He said no, so I shot him to take the caps forcefully. But he was not there. No money. Very sad. I ran into Boom Boom Scuffle and thought it wiser to go the long way around. I died anyway. One more life go bye-bye. This time I just decided to wait for the fighting to stop. I could be patient. I was wearing a dress. I got to the gate of Diamond City to see a woman dancing weird at a metal box.
You want into Diamond City, right?
I just got here.
Shh!
I just wanted into the city so I could get pie and bones and blood, but not in a weird way. I wanted her face to stop at me. The gates opened and I ran right past everybody because I was not ready to trust again.
I don't think we've got company.
I entered Diamond City and scared some woman when I told her I wasn't human. Then I sold the treasure from my adventure so far and used my acquired funds to buy as many blood packs as I could from her and other nearby shopkeepers. Why did so many people have bags of blood? Did a volcano happen? My dog attacked a bear. I walked into an inn and committed myself to the biggest challenge of this challenge, getting pie. I had never successfully achieved pie from one of these machines before, and it was more difficult than entering a shoelace in a celebrity cat lookalike competition. I spent a long time watching a claw be a failure before I remembered I had done success and leveled up my luck. Still, I stood there for a long time, daydreaming of how much better life would be if you subscribed to Crusty and the Moon Wizard, until it happened. I got pie. But after all that, it was listed as stolen and the owner would not stop staring at me. I had a shifty face. He had elbows. I took the pie quickly and slithered out of the building. Was this the hardest part done? I went back to my platform of love to see how much I could accomplish. I could only make 4 bags of meat. I needed to speed this up. I could buy blood packs if needed, but the real issue was bones. Where could I get bone? Grow up. So far, it had been from mole rat teeth and a tiny fairy that dribbled on me one night. I needed a bigger supply. Dead people. Dead people have bones, so do living people, but if I took them, they would just turn into skin yogurt. I ran excitedly towards Wildwood Cemetery to disrespect the dead. It would be a cross-country journey of definite danger, and it was now raining and my dress was wet, which was such bullshit. I shot aimlessly into a forest and got the murder pings. I beat a dog to death with my gun. More wrinkly men attacked, so I took their teeth. I blew up a bear and made him reenact several scenes from a theatrical production I saw once where people dressed as cats danced around licking each other's chocolate, and then they f***ed off in a balloon. Then I put him in a fridge because he looked cold. I demanded the demise of more things, played catch with some faraway mutants doing a wrestle with some insects, exterminated the crab people, and then this friendly little scoundrel.
Hey, buddy, get here.
This
This one killed me. The shit. I was down to my final chance. I got to the cemetery eventually, and when I did, I opened a door to look at some flowers. I didn't get it. They were not pretty like other flowers after a bumblebee humped on them. I stole skeleton bits and a naughty boy snuck up on me, but thankfully my reaction was calm and I only turned his head into shades of goo. I checked the other dead sheds, which they clearly did not clean often. What else were they doing? They're dead. Throw a duster around. I picked up more skeleton bits and went back to see what difference the trip had made. I had 67 bones now, and if I had 2 more, I could make the people giggle. Now I just needed more blood packs. Easy. I traveled back to Diamond City and into a disagreement.
I'm not a synth. Don't shoot, for God's sakes, we're family. He'll kill us all.
Boy, was I glad that I wasn't standing any closer. So many citizens were dead now. It was such a shame I wasn't able to take their bones or squeeze their juice into a carton. Still, I did a mass grave rob and the shopkeeper I was going to buy blood packs from was dead. How? Damn. Shit. The doctor was still alive though, so I was just being an overly dramatic little chicken. I slapped my soft and subtle poo cannon onto a different kind of stool and stared blankly, daydreaming of putting cardboard legs on a dead parrot. I did this for several weeks and kept buying more blood packs whenever the good doctor would restock. I did this until I didn't, also until I got bored, which was around 4 minutes in real time. I got 12 blood packs. I went back to my crib and that was enough. The fabled wall of meat was complete, and if you are disappointed in my wall of meat, then I don't know what you were expecting. This challenge had as much thought and planning as a man hot dogging a badger hole. But I also added a barrel of fire, 6 candles, a hoop for balls, an ice machine, 19 baskets of fish, and a woman called Carol. She didn't talk much. Now there was only one thing left to do. It was done. Now the ritual was complete and I could be truly magnificent, truly invincible, truly a god. Hey youth, thanks for watching. This channel is still really young, so let me know what you think, and if you'd like to see more challenges and games like Fallout in the future. Ooh, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it. I'm trying to release a new video every weekend, and you'd really be helping the channel grow. Moon Wizard bless us.